Hello, this is our response to the case analysis performed by the original team on the Paramount Clean Edge case study. Our group was Philip, myself, Ashley, Justin, Corey, and Brian. On the left, you'll see a summary SWOT analysis as laid out by the analysis team. The team decided to move forward with segmenting in the super premium niche market, focusing on emotional and aesthetic shavers. This focus will eliminate distraction and dollars spent on uninvolved maintenance shavers. They've also decided to use the name Clean Edge by Paramount in order to distinguish within their product line. The focus groups they worked with responded well to that name. The analysis team decided that the threat of cannibalization was overstated and would be hedged by entering into the super premium market. The improvement to the bottom line was significant using this approach. Their marketing strategy was clean and straightforward with closer shave, less time, more comfort. And the strategy moving forward is to evaluate after the initial 2 years to verify the correct segmentation and expand potentially into the women's market and into maintenance shavers if they could break into that segment. As a team, we agree with niche market segmentation, but we disagree on the branding strategy, which will be discussed further on the slides to follow. At first glance here at the P&L comparison, it would lead us to believe that a mainstream position would be most lucrative. The mainstream position produces much greater sales and allows for a decrease in production costs. And additional costs such as capacity, advertising, consumer and trade promotion costs do go up, but they are offset by the greater sales in the mainstream positioning. Now on this slide, you'll see that taking cannibalization into consideration drastically changes our positioning strategy. For a mainstream launch, the percent of cannibalization was 60% of existing products, whereas for the niche market, it was only at 35%. So with this in mind, the profit after cannibalization was calculated to help guide our positioning strategy. It's clear that a niche position would be the best option for the Clean Edge razor. For comparison, if the product was launched in the mainstream market after 2 years, the company would only profit $2.8 million with a $14 million loss in the first year. Whereas in the niche market, the profit would reach over $3 million after just the first year, going to $25 million in the second year. So it's really clear that our niche positioning strategy would be the best choice for the company as a whole. With regards to future positioning, following the 2-year period, the niche positioning strategy should be reevaluated. Utilizing the true values of profit, cost, and cannibalization, the new pro forma report should be generated to assess the positioning strategies of all Clean Edge products. And as the market continues to change, it'll be important to observe the sales values of the other Clean Edge products and evaluate whether moving the new product into the mainstream position will benefit the company. Overall, it'll be important to continually reevaluate the positioning of the products and how this will impact the company.
Hello, I'm Corey, and I'm going to discuss our group's branding, marketing budget, and advertising strategies. There are several pros to both of the concept names that Paramount executives are considering. Clean Edge by Paramount, which was the selection of the case analysis team, could help differentiate the razor from the existing Paramount products, and it could also help avoid potential cannibalization. However, the Paramount company has built up significant brand equity since they first entered the non-disposable razor market back in 1962, and were able to become the unit volume market leader in 2009. This was accomplished because consumers know that Paramount makes a high-quality product, and we think that de-emphasizing Clean Edge's association with the Paramount company is a very risky strategy. Lastly, focus group testing showed that Paramount Clean Edge was viewed just as favorably as Clean Edge by Paramount. Ultimately, our group decided that using Paramount Clean Edge is the clear winner for a successful product launch of this razor. By seeing the Paramount name highly visible in the product's branding, customers will know and trust the quality of this razor. Regarding the concerns of cannibalization, you have to remember that Paramount doesn't currently sell a razor in the super premium market segment. So we feel strongly that there could be customers out there of other companies in this segment who are unhappy with their razors and have been waiting on Paramount to enter that market. Now this is the customer base that we want to capture, especially unhappy social and emotional users who account for almost 40% of non-disposable razor customers. Now, allocating the right budget for marketing is key to the success of Clean Edge. Executives have emphasized a priority to curb excessive marketing expenses for all products. In fact, they would prefer to hold the current budget static, which was over $48 million in 2010. Now, we think that this goal is a bit unrealistic considering the addition of a new product line. However, there are many ways to keep marketing expenses in check. Since Clean Edge will be positioned in the niche market, this will help provide considerable savings compared to the mainstream market. Even so, $31 million is still a lot of money that's needed over the first 2 years for this niche marketing campaign, and we believe a majority of this budget can be generated by re-examining the current sales for both the Pro and the Avail razors. So here we have the historical data of market share in both unit and dollar percentages for both the Pro and the Avail over the last 4 years. Applying simple parabolic fairings to the data shows that trends in market share over the next 3 years. And as you can see, the market share for the Pro razor is projected to level off at less than 20% and even decline in the second and third years. However, more worrisome is the downward trend seen with the Avail market share, which is projected to hit 0 within 2 years. Our recommendation is to drastically reduce the marketing budget for the Avail product line and reallocate these dollars to help launch Clean Edge. Avail is currently the only product sold in the value market segment, and we feel that there is a reason that other companies have abandoned this segment. Paramount should strongly consider doing the same, as consumers seem to want more functionality from their razors than the Avail can deliver. Taking marketing funds away from the Avail will also prevent a reduction in funding for the Pro. Now, the case analysis team did not directly address the types of advertising that they would recommend, but they did show that they would offer a $3 off coupon. Now, we do not think that this will be enough and have put together a plan that will help launch Clean Edge into the market. First, the marketing department should run TV commercials promoting the vibrating technology of Clean Edge and how this is superior to non-vibrating razors. Then, the best way to attract customers is to provide them with an incentive, and this will be done through several promotional coupons. These coupons will be included heavily in the mailing advertisements for both food and drug stores throughout the country. These types of stores have combined for nearly 74% of non-disposable razor sales over the last 4 years. So these are where our customers shop, and this is where we need to advertise. Paramount's marketing department has already suggested a coupon for a free razor with purchase of a cartridge, and we agree that this should be pursued. Additionally, coupons of $1 off razors and 50 cents off cartridges will also drive sales through the first 2 years. Now, for trade promotions, we recommend partnering with a battery company to include coupons providing a combined discount when both a razor and AAA batteries are bought together. And lastly, we recommend prominent in-store displays with cardboard cutouts of the Paramount Clean Edge logo to be provided to stores in order to grab customers' attention while they are shopping. Thank you.
Lastly, we considered future opportunities. Similar to an analysis group, we extrapolated data by using the trends identified in Table A and applied those values over the next 3 to 5 years. We calculated these trends using a few assumptions, though. That it would continue as it did from 2007 to 2010, and that the operational costs associated with capacity and marketing respectively would remain the same as it did from year 2. We kept the rate of cannibalization the same, however, and I'll explain why in a moment. Under these assumptions, our data still suggests to target the niche market, as that would be more profitable. Now, we did want to discuss a little bit more on our plan to evaluate 2 of our other product lines, specifically the Avail and the Pro, which are the 2 main victims of cannibalization. As we touched on a previous slide, one potential opportunity could be to retarget the market segment of Pro to the value segment and to obsolete or retire the Avail line altogether. After doing that, depending on the outcome, we could recalculate the percentage of cannibalization to reevaluate if niche is still more profitable than mainstream positioning. We could also calculate how much operational costs we would save as well. But we would have to do that in about 2 years' time to really get the more reliable data numbers. We also recommend going into 2 other market segments at that time as well. One possibly could be the women's market, as the analysis team suggested, perhaps maybe focusing also on the niche the niche side. Additionally, we would evaluate the non-facial hair segment, as Phillips Norelco demonstrated that that's an undervalued customer base. Both of those market segments shouldn't have too much in additional startup or implementation costs, as we see that there might be a slight increase in just the packaging side of the costs. In summary, we conclude to target the niche market, which is the same as the analysis group. However, we suggest to use Paramount, which is a contrast, because we plan to rely on Paramount's established brand and their name. We also plan to use television advertising, coupons, and other promotions. And also, in 2 years' time, we suggest to reevaluate our positioning, especially if we decide to rein in marketing spending, specifically for the Pro and Avail lines, and to scale back operations on both of those products. Also, at that time, we also should consider targeting other market segments, such as for women and for the non-facial hair segments. So, thank you.